Alright, continuing on. I forgot to go over these. There's the Iron Man Hulkbuster armor, as well as a Batman drawing card. Hulk green and gray. Spider-Hulk, the Juggernaut. Heath Ledger drawing card, as well as Wolverine. Also over here I have a signed print of Weapon X, which is pretty cool. But like I said on the bottom, like I said, more drawing cards. I showed that already, but I'll show it again. The Punisher van, as well as another Juggernaut, the Tin Man from the McFarlane collection. I forget what this guy was called, but he was from Danger Girl, and Iron Spider-Man. A couple Hulks, and blah blah blah, you know, all kind of boxes pretty much everywhere on the shelves. Let's see, I got a bag from the Comic-Con, the New York Comic-Con. Let's see. Then, like I said, trying to kill myself, I'm going to back up. Gotta have a Batman in my lovely leather chair. On the left, gotta have music, so I got the CD thing there, as well as like I said, it's a little shot, that's the Batmobile. Toys, lots of toys, so many toys, so little time. On the top we have the anything DC, then I have Marvel, the X-Men. On the bottom is just tons of other toys related. More X-Men, a lot of the, kind of like the villain section. Underneath, all the vehicles, the like the Batwing, all that stuff is in there. But moving on to the right, like I said, I'm a mess, but all these boxes underneath here are all toys. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 boxes full of toys that I haven't really messed around with, haven't opened. Gotta have a TV, as well as a DVD player. Gotta watch stuff if fiance is pissing me off, I come out here. Lamborghini that I gotta clean. Scorpion, Wolverine's motorcycle. There's a remote. Alright, now that's one section. Of course in the back I have the X-Men Evolution little plush toy thing. But like I said, this is one whole section as you walk into the left or the right, depending on which way you go. Now we're going to move on to the other side. But give me one sec, I gotta change the battery, so I will be right back. Alright, new batteries. As you can see, I have a shelf. On top of the shelf is pretty much all the boxes for some of my lovely things inside my apartment, as well as target practice up there. Gun boxes, but underneath you can see is a Spider-Man. Let's see if I can actually show it to you, because for some reason my camera likes to be a prick when I put new batteries in. There we go. Alright, Spider-Man, little poster board, and I got 2 of them. As well as a ninja dart gun. It shoots out, you can put paintballs in there if you really want. Underneath are a couple Eskrima Cali sticks. It's also a metal staff, which actually I've been tinkering around with. The left side is supposed to throw out smoke bombs, which I haven't perfected yet. And the right side is actually supposed to hold a spike or, you know, knife, whatever. Still a work in progress. As you can see, my Batmobiles that I've done in a previous episode, it goes all the way across the whole shelf. That's not even all of them. I mean, it's a lot of them, but like I said, over on the other door and bottom of there are even more. But underneath, as I almost kill myself again, my cave is trying to kill me, I have my my boxing gloves from my old kickboxing days, as well as a Crocodile Dundee knife. Now, these are actually, I'm going to get to those in a sec, but air freshener, a slingshot, little toad, a couple of meditation bowls, my ninja boots from one of my ninjutsu days. Seems like so long ago. But a boomerang from Dutch Wonderland, a couple chopsticks. Underneath, a pair of sais, some butterfly swords, and one of those grips, you know, get your better grip. A little itty bitty butterfly knife, as well as another meditation keychain ball, and Ninja Kitty. You'll never know where they're gonna come from. But anyway, little humor. Now these 2 swords are actually kind of special to me. I actually made them in Japan when I went there. My first attempt, not too bad. They took about 6 months to make. So I guess that's good. I mean, some people I guess take longer, but my teacher was showing me very slowly how to put them together. I will show you. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to cut it and set up a little rig thing here so I can actually show you what the swords look like on the inside. So, be right back. Okay, gonna give it a whirl. As I can see, you can see if my fiance was helping me, then I wouldn't have to set up a thing for the camera. But like I said, these are swords that I made. They're not coming apart, but they've seen better days themselves. But you could tell, because as you can see on the blade, which put some writing in there, carved it in there. But you can kind of see it, trying to show you. But you know what? Yeah, let me pick up the camera. Hang on, bear with me. But as you can see on the blade, there's no mechanical sharpening. Usually there's a pattern when a machine sharpens it for you. So this was hand sharpened. I made it from scratch. Like I said, it's seen better days. I gotta kind of fix it up a little bit, so it's starting to rust, which sucks. But anyway, I'm gonna put that to the side for now. But there's, like I said, there's two of them. There's the long sword and the short sword. But moving on. Like I said, not too bad for my first shot. But underneath, just a couple things, some incense, relaxation on the palm. The hand had a crack, some bones here and there. My ninja claws. My switchblade. My rock garden, because all about the meditation. More fun stuff. A lovely ninja knife. Gotta hide it. Shark tooth. Samurai. Bruce Lee. Gotta have Bruce Lee if you're gonna have any kind of martial art related thing. My dragon necklace. My old boxing keychain that I got when I actually won my first boxing match. A friend of mine gave it to me as, I don't know if it was a joke or just, just for, hey, you did a good job, you won the damn thing, here's a keychain to remind you. But I like it. It's pretty cool. Moving on to this. It's an old, not an urn, but my grandmother had it, and she would hold her flowers in there. But when she passed away, I took it because I just thought it was awesome, and it was one of her favorite pots. So grabbed it. On top is barbed wire. Now, if you're asking why I have barbed wire, there's a reason. This actually, when I was a kid, I was working with my father on construction, and we were taking down all this stuff and this fence. We were taking this fence down. The fence kind of came down, and this barbed wire got lodged in my arm. So after we cut it all out, I decided to keep a strand from the part that was actually stuck in my arm. So memories. Demented. Some people have photo albums. I have barbed wire. Right next to that is I got a frog, a little sticky frog, a rattlesnake. It's a little, it's not sculpture, but what are the ceramics? There we go, ceramics. All right, I'm learning. Underneath that, I'm gonna move a little bit, is tiger sword. But like I said when I was saying, see how you can see it's machine sharpened, like the waves. That's when you know that if something was bought or made. But moving on. Hopefully I don't destroy my frog there. But on the wall, I have some ninja tips for healthy living, as well as a throwing star. Chuck Norris facts, gotta have those. But on top of that, a couple of dragons, like I said. Wooden swords. Well, they're not wooden. I mean, they're hidden swords, but they have the wooden casings. As you can see, you open it up and the sword's inside. Put that there. Underneath, I like to collect sand. Well, not technically, but whenever I go on a trip or someone goes on a trip, I always ask them to bring sand back to me. It's funny, my math teacher in high school, my senior year, he went to a couple different places and he brought some sand back for me. The one on the left is from Aruba. The one in the middle is actually from Egypt. And so on and so forth. I actually do have a pretty cool Egypt thing that my friend gave me, which I'll show you when I go to my apartment. Next to that is a ceramic skull that I painted as a kid. For some reason, I like skulls. I don't know why when I was a kid. Couldn't tell you. Another throwing star. Over here, we have some cleaning stuff for the swords, oils and so on. A couple of tigers that they were actually from Tetley tea. My grandmother, she was a very big tea drinker, so she had tons of these ceramic little figurines things, so I kind of took them, like I said, when she passed away. But I have a couple candles, water, and wood. As well as, if you can see in there, a couple things is the blowgun darts. There's a couple poison ones in there, and I really can't remember which ones were the poison ones. So I kind of keep them all in the thing and just leave them alone. Next to that are spent shells from when my grandmother passed away. They had the, and my uncle, they had the, you know, the army, the rifles, you know, they shoot off the shells, so I just collected them and kind of put them in a case. On top is a World War I or World War II grenade. Very cool. Very, very old. Continuing on the wall, I have a very, very, very sharp battle axe, as well as some kamas, and my hook swords, and a bow staff on the left side. But moving on to the next wall, I said lots of stuff. A couple nunchucks, as well as a sectional staff, more nunchucks, throwing stars, fan, Bruce Lee. Now, another cool thing. Well, like I said, let me back up, I'll show you. You get a big view of all the swords, as well as a little mace kind of thing down there. It's rubber, but it's cool. And my side case. But I will show you some cool stuff with the swords, but I'm going to set up my little rig over here so you can actually show you what they are. Be right back. Alright, set up a rig, and don't mind my pasty Irish legs, my short shorts. But anyway, like I said, I was going to show you. This thing on top is actually very special to me. It's a dragon blowgun. I won it from my first full contact martial arts tournament. It's very, very cool. They were originally presenting a sword, and I meant no disrespect, but I said to them, I was like, you know, I have so many swords. I was like, is there any way you could maybe give something else that's cool? So they gave me this dragon hand-carved blowgun, so you can opens up and dart goes in there, and so on and so forth. Another thing that has seen better days. It's very, very old, and I tried to keep it in great condition the best I could, but moving around a lot, you know, it's seen better days. Underneath is a sword that most of my friends know about. It's whether you believe the story or not, it's actually a cursed sword. I had this in Japan, and it's a very, very long story, so I'm not really going to get into it. But as you can see, it was machine sharpened. I didn't make this. You know, I bought it in Japan. I thought it was cool because of the dragon handle, but the guy actually told me that it was battle ready. You can use it in training and stuff like that. It's not like a show sword. So, like I said, not fully get into the story, but if you look at it, hello. Most swords, you know, you've seen the tips, but if you look at the tip on this, it's kind of like shot off and kind of like in an angle. The piece of this sword that actually was on here that made it a full circle on most swords. Hopefully you can see this. Like I said, I'm working on my own, but that piece is actually lodged still in this shoulder. A lot of rough stuff, a lot of rough things, but I will show you more stuff in a sec. Back again. Sorry about that. I thought the batteries were going dead, but as you can see with this sword, we'll get into that another time. Why it's cursed, like I said, it's a very long story of why it's cursed. But this is a special sword, like I said. If any swordsman out there would know that usually when you work with a sword, it becomes a part of you, and this one pretty much did. It's like I said, it's still on the left shoulder, pieces anyway. But moving on. Let's see, we have a samurai sword underneath, which is one of the longest swords I have. It's basically from the Highlander. This is a show sword. You can't use this in battle. But as you can see, like I said, how it's like a rounded tip, how most swords are. That's how the other one looked until bad things happen. But moving on to more swords. This is actually the first sword I ever got, which is a ninja sword. This thing has been used to hell. Say, like I said, another round tip. I actually have to clean it. It's starting to rust up on me a little bit. It's been through hell. Every ninja class I've ever gone through or in whether it be in Japan or in New York, this was my weapon. This was always by my side, and certain training exercises, this thing saved my ass. So, very cool sword. Underneath, we're going to get into a couple of show swords. This is Snake Eyes sword. You can see by the, it's got the lovely, like razor, not razor, hacksaw kind of thing there, and of course the symbols. Very cool. I used to be a huge fan of G.I. Joe, so I had to have Snake Eyes sword at least. Moving on. I just like the way this sword looked. It's got the flames. It's all white. Very, very light. Very, very light sword. Is it durable? Probably not. It does have a plastic sheath, which is definitely good for the metal detectors. And this is it's an off kind of a metal. It's supposed to be able to go through a metal detector if you want. I mean, it never went off when I went through with it. That was before all the crazy stuff, so, you know. Moving on. Just a samurai sword. Like I said, you've seen pretty much, don't want to kill your the whole thing with this, all the swords, but this one's pretty cool. Looks kind of like a baton, but it's actually a two hidden dagger, which is it's pretty fun. Actually, I actually thought it was cool in a martial arts store. It's kind of a bitch to put it back together sometimes, but I liked it, so you know I got it. Used to be, like I said, back in the day, used to be a pretty crazy martial artist, so bought pretty much everything I could get my hands on. Up on the top, like I said, they got some throwing spikes, but this right here is actually it's kind of a family sword, I guess would be the whole thing if you can see it. I'm actually going to take the camera. So, we're going to switch back to first person mode. But as you can see, it's actually belonged to my grandmother. It's a very old, it's a Spanish sword, I believe, but it's been in the family for a long time, so that's why I consider it a family sword. But moving on. Bottom, we got some nice shoes. It's where I keep all my airsoft guns in the trunk and my airsoft equipment, like my mask and clips and BBs and stuff like that. Moving on to the wall over here, we have a Why So Serious Heath Ledger Dark Knight, because that was the shit. That was the awesome movie, and you have to have a Heath Ledger poster. Underneath, I have my battle vest, my tactical thing, as well as the Dark Knight. It's another 3D kind of poster and the mask. It's pretty much my friends, like I said, Nicole and Vinny, they got it for me. Christmas present, along with the other one. Underneath that is just one box of the billions of posters I have. I have quite a few more. Wow, I know proper English. I have a lot of boxes of posters in my apartment that I haven't brought out yet. I have a Hulk. It's from the original game, which the movie and the game blew. But it's kind of like a little display box. Like I said, I worked for EB Games back in the day, so got a lot of cool stuff. Moving on, same wall, have a Psylocke print, as well as a Venom drawing that I have signed from the 2010 Comic-Con in Philadelphia. And this one was signed by Mike. Let's see if I can get in focus. I can never say his last name, Tixaria, can never say it. But it's signed. As well on the top of the wall, I have the Villains poster. Pretty much every Batman character is in this poster. It's my favorite one, at least Batman-wise. I just think it's awesome with all the characters they put in there. A couple of drawings. Batman and Batgirl. It's a Wolverine drawing I got signed. Lovely Daily Bugle thing from when Cap got assassinated. As well as Batman. And my Infinity Gauntlet that I made for Halloween. And you gotta have a duster. As you can see, I also have my flip-flops, and some snow boots for the fiance, which I wish was taping this, because it would have been cooler if I could actually walk around and kind of like cribs. But anyway, I'm gonna back up. Like I said, going down the stairs. But this is the door to my apartment. Hell. But on top of that, I have a Spider-Man on his web that my fiance wanted a carnival for me. She busted her ass and she won it, and that was when the original Spider-Man movie came out. as well as the Batman symbol. Gotta have that. And my Marvel poster. On the right is Wolverine's mask, Captain America's mask, his shield, Thor's hammer that actually shoots out like a lightning bolt and makes lightning sounds, as well as a Sword of Omens. Gonna get down a little bit. And some bullets. Well, fake bullets, but bullets nonetheless. That's pretty much it. I mean, I'm not gonna... Actually, I forgot to do that one. As you can see on the opposite side, more toys. But a quick look, as you can see, one huge sweep. The outer door, the whole... As it gets blurry, there we go. The whole cave in its own little way. Which is, it's a pretty cool place. I do like hanging out in here when I need to. There's I use the toys for a rig. That's right, like MacGyver. But anyway, you've seen the cave, and I appreciate you watching this video and taking the time to listen to me babble on and on about stuff. Future episodes, I probably will get into more of what's in here, at least in better retrospective things. But I hope you enjoyed the little tour of the cave, and you could see a little bit of my world. So I will catch you at the next cracka. Episode 26 is coming around. So once again, I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and I'll see you all later. Bye. Well, I hope you did enjoy the video of the cave. There is actually a lot of stuff that I really didn't get entirely into on in the videos. Well, like I said, the boxes that you saw, all the white boxes, those are half of them with G.I. Joes, He-Man, Transformers, just so much stuff. And I was gonna do a full thing with the cave and my apartment, because a lot of the really cool stuff is actually in here in the apartment that obviously isn't in the cave. But I'm gonna do the apartment episode as its own separate thing, because if I put it on this one, as long as this episode is, it would really go into the overkill. But down the line, in future episodes, I will show you a little better point of views, I guess, of what's in the cave, like some of the binders. Show you what's in there. I'll go over that in a future episode. But anyway, I really do appreciate everybody, and like I said on the video as well as this ending part, basically, is I really do appreciate everyone watching and taking the time, to spend the time and taking a look at my cave and some of the stuff I've collected over the years, and a couple of the stories. Everything in there has a story, which thank God I didn't go into everything in there with the story, because we never get done. But thanks again, and I will see you on episode 26, which is should be up pretty soon, because I've done it already, which is video game movies. Not everything, but a lot of them. So thanks again, thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next episode. Catch you later.